What is going on, everybody? McLaren's Peach Up World Champion coming at you, and we're here. We're Law. You know how it is, and we got a wacky little build. Bunch of things probably pop out, and yeah, we're doing a budget build. I wanted to put together a fairly cheap option, the best I could, because I know some of the cards and stuff are crazy expensive. Like Gordon, the promo Law, like those things being like $30 is kind of unreasonable, especially if you don't already have them. And Law is just like the best leader. It's so much fun to use. You get to be so tactical, and it's like the only leader I feel like where it doesn't matter what your playstyle is, you can adapt your deck to like your own personal playstyle. Where I feel like all the other decks, you're kind of in a mold. You're kind of trapped in a specific way, and if you like how those decks play, then you're fine. But if you don't really have the freedom to kind of change things up, which unlike Law, you can kind of do whatever you want, which is sick. So yeah, also I just wanted to put it out something for anyone new, anyone that's interested in trying out Law. We're kind of in like a weird little period, because I feel like, I don't know, if you're new to Law, I would definitely wouldn't say like commit like all this money unless you have it to just money to burn to like the cards for the current meta to be able to super compete. Because in about a month, once the EBO 1 set drops and we get Kid and Killer and Bon Clay, we're just gonna be ripping people. So if you can extend to that, I'd say wait till then, because then you can get those cards, which will fill a lot of the holes with the current cards, and you definitely won't have to spend as much money. But yeah, I wanted to put something the best I could together with trying some things out. And yeah, this is kind of what we came up with, so I'll kind of break it all down. Unfortunately, it is still, I mean, it's way cheaper than any of the other decks, but the only card, like, I feel like you got to get 4 Reijus, unfortunately, and a little bit frustrating because this card is right now, I think, like between $15 $20, so it's gonna pretty much most of your stuff is right here, which is a bit frustrating. But to counteract that, I tried to work my way around that the best I could. So if you have the 3 captains deck, like if you pick that up, you should have the 2 Laws, and then we play around stuff like this as well. But yeah, you're going to scoop up all 4 maxes. This is super key, and then all 4 Shariah as well, and then 4 of the Zoro. So depending on, you can get all those for pretty cheap. The reason why I think you got to go for Shariah is just because depending on the 3 cost, being able to combo and still get out 2 bodies with, like, if you're able to combo Max and Shariah doing that. Besides that, the only other card that a little bit, I think this is dropped to around like $4 or $5 for Kid. And then we have 4 of Ain, we have 4 Otama, and then coming into like the flex spots, so I put in 2 Fire Fists just because we need some power reduction. So we only have that with the 2 here, so come with that. And then you have Otama, who's kind of like both. You got defense and the -2K. Besides that, Sanji, Kamazo. I feel like if you play a lot of NL, I'd recommend a couple Sanjis just to be safe. If you do not play against a lot of NL, you could go for Kamazo. But also, just in the flex spots for this deck, I feel like Yanji, Sanji, Kamazo, and then this blocker Law, just depending on who you're playing, is you can definitely swap these out. I've been having a lot of fun with Yanji, and a pretty cheap card, because again, against yellow early mid game, he's gonna be 6K for you. So if they drop their like the 7 moms, stuff like that, like Katakuri or anything, then John just blocks their leader attack, which is pretty sick. Same against the Yamato, just being able to get all the blockers that we have out to stop Yamato is pretty big. So that's why I like Yanji in this spot. But you could drop him down to 2 if you want to buff up the 2Ks or anything like that. And then we have this Zoro. So we have 5 cost Zoro. So the reason I put this in here is it gives you that other like 5 cost like option, and depending on who you're playing, this Zoro is actually pretty strong. So if you're playing against Moria and you're going first, Moria's key cards of Absalom and Perona are at 5k. So this Zoro allows you, if you're going first, turn 3, you can drop a 5 cost 6k guy and still bottom deck either Absalom, Perona if they have something out, which I can pretty much turn the game for you if they don't have another Absalom to be able to bottom deck or cost remove this Zoro. And I have 3 in here just to kind of test out, but I feel like you could definitely drop this down to 2 if you want and buff up, rather get another Fire Fist, you could do that. Or if you're more comfortable with buffing up either of these other spots, you're totally reasonable, I think. But for me, keeping it at 3 just to test it out and stuff has been going pretty well. And it just kind of gives you the combos as well, because you could drop him for 2. Then if you do have max, if you're at the 6 Dawn, then you can pretty much any 8k is in range. So if you're playing against the Fortress decks that drop Kid, if you're able to drop him and then max, their 8 cost Kid is just gone. You just bottom deck them and then you can attack right away. So I like the combos. Again though, you have to play a little bit more strategic around with this stuff, just because I feel like you need to keep yourself at 6 Dawn to be able to utilize like this Zoro and being able to combo with max. So you have to play kind of around there. I feel like if you can go 6-7 Dawn, like keep her around there, versus like the other decks I feel like you can go 5-7. So that's like the biggest discrepancy, at least for me so far, is the like optimal Dawn range is a little bit smaller, but you can still get away with it. You just have to kind of, I don't know, play around, get with stuff. But yeah, want to break this down the best I could here in the little intro with some yapping. But yeah, for me overall, for budget wise, I feel like this works decently, but you can definitely swap some things out depending on your preference and stuff around like that. But yeah, I've been enjoying it so far and jumping some games and show you guys so like the little combos you get with the Zoro and stuff like that. Alright, we got the Sakazuki kick things off, so we'll see how things go. They trashed the Kuzan, which is expected, since I'm assuming their Kuzan is easily in range for a lot of our cards to be able to go for like the KOs and stuff. So we'll see what happens. They dropped the brand new, and we may be able to make. Oh, I don't know. Okay, they trash or don't grab they grab Hound Blaze and not Murakumo. Yeah, we'll take this. All right, cool. We get Ain, which is nice, and we get the boys, which is like okay. Now we can do like the perfect little combo setup. So we'll drop Ain, then we'll go 1, 2, 3. Get Brandon out of here into the boys there, and we know they'll have Blaze, but on this turn, so if they use Hound Blaze as 2, I don't believe they have. They only get rid of 1, and since we got Brandon out of here, they can't do the sneaky little Hound Blaze combo. So we'll see what they do. Glad this is in the trash, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh, the trash for Robert. Okay, that means they definitely have another Robert. So they're attacking me. We'll use Sanji here, just because it's gonna be able to do that. Okay, they throw down Borsalino. All right, so I'm at 6. This is actually kind of massive because they couldn't cost remove anything. Because I could get rid of this and tee off on them, but I kind of want to. All right, here we'll attack them 5-on-5 and see what they do. Okay, so they do that. Interesting. Let's attack them 6-on-5. No. And then we'll go from there. Let me throw down. Yeah, we'll throw down Kid. So they're playing super defensive here. Throw down Kid, bring in Beppo. Gives us another one back. So they only have 4 cards in hand. Alright, let's try this then. See what they do. Alright. I mean, I'm kind of okay with that because we can get this guy this turn. I can use Otama to potentially block out of something. So they're doing that. Actually, I'll just do this. if they're gonna do all that. And so yeah. Okay, they're using. All right, so we'll do that. Okay, so that puts us at 7, and then they only have 3 cards in hand. So how do I want to go about this? I could drop. So I'm at 7. They're at 7. If I drop Ray, see what we get off in Ray here. So, all right, we get our Zoro, and we get another Ray. So I could use Fire Fist. We can get rid of this for sure. Or do I want to attack this, save this, and this before the next turn? Because we could also bring in Zoro. We could just unleash on them, which I may do. Because so I'm at 7. They're at 7. All right, I'm going to attack this and either hand starve them, which is something I'm okay with because. All right, so we get rid of that there, which is fine. Alright, we'll attack him again. And because I'm at 7, can't really bring in the boys here. I could bring in Ray again. So I'll probably do that. So that'll put us there. At 4, bring in Ray, get 2 more cards, and then we'll now attack them 6 on 5. So that's why I'm kind of okay with them playing defensive, because they already drained them from cards in hand, and now we have sort of like the pushback here, where yeah, we'll probably sack something from Borsalino, but it allows me to now potentially use the boys and stuff. So they use Rebecca. All right, well, fortunately we're not at 2. Dang, so now if we were at the 2 there, we'd be golden. So, but with all that, all right, 8 on 5. Yeah, we can take that. That's fine. Give us a room here to kind of pop off on some stuff. Cause yeah, never mind. If had that, I could have popped that off the rip. But we can still use this to get this down to 4, and then I can still scoop this out, and then we can pop all this stuff. Cause if they do drop Robert, then they only get the 1 here. Okay, never mind. They're Hound Blazing. Okay, so 9 on 5. That's fine. And then brand new. Alright. So brand new into the Gravasuru. Alright, so how do I want to go about this then? Because we are back to 7. I could drop. So if I did a Fire Fist, I could Fire Fist this guy down to 4 for 2, and that leaves me with 5. So I could drop our big guy here. Get this, drop this down. We scoop Rebecca and bring in another Beppo. That could be the combo. And then we just tee off on this and this with our characters. Try to get rid of all of them and put them into like a hand starve thing. And so let's, do you want to drop one of these down to scoop it and then make them just sack Rebecca for the, Alright, well, let's drop this. What else? What do they have in their trash? I mean, they have another Rebecca, so I guess it doesn't really matter which one what we bottom deck, what we don't. So if I drop that, it's at 4, and that leaves me with 5. So I could. Alright, here, let me attack this 5 and 4 and see what transpires here. Because they either have to sack that 2K. Alright, they do that. So let's attack him again. We know they have the 2K. Okay. So they do that. And then do this again. Alright, so we get rid of that, which is cool. So now we can drop our Zoro. So deploy Zoro onto that. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3. Scoop that out of here. Bring in. Is I'm at 4. Bring in Beppo to get us back to 5 there. And end our turn. So we got them down to 2 cards in hand. We got rid of the Suru that we knew they had. And we'll just kind of go from there. They Hound Blaze. Assuming they have, like, Rob, potentially. Okay, they got the 8 cost. Alright, into Rebecca. Into Helmeppo. Okay. Well, they'd have to have another sneaky Hound Blaze, which would be not ideal. And they get the 2K there. Alright. So we'll see what they do. If they have Hound Blaze, okay. Luckily they do that though. So now I can do this. And then they'll attack for 5. And I can use Shariah and do that. Alright, so how do I go about this then? So I have another one of these, which I don't really need here. So I could drop Zoro. And then we scoop this out, and I could go for the game potentially right here. Because that'll leave us with 9 if I pop, or do I just pop their entire field? Because with them only having the 2 cards, we could do that as well. So yeah, I could kind of keep this for a counter. So yeah, let's do this. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that. Bring in the blocker law. That leaves me with 4. So I could pop this and this right here. It leaves them with 2. I'm at 3 here. Then leaves them only with 2. That leaves me 3 attacks. So we could, alright, let's just do that. Get rid of like all of their options and everything here. Alright, let's do 7. See what they get. Alright, and then I'll do a 5 here. Try to get them to sack something. Alright, we get rid of the Virgo there, and then we'll attack them again. 7 on 5 here. So we get them down to 0. And we'll see what transpires now, because we're going to have 7 Don. They can't really do anything to so they grab Hina. Like, we just need a couple characters, to be honest here. If they drop another 8 cost, well, now they can't, so brand new. So they have to drop, yeah, Borsellino. Okay, well, I mean, if they... Now they can't cost remove, though, with them throwing on Hina. Because, again, if they don't play a blocker, they're cooked. Alright, they use Murakumo. So they're not playing that Borsellino? That's a bit wild. Alright, well, I just gotta do this then. Yeah. There's nothing, even if they KO'd that and used the more, we still have 3. This is all they have in hand. I've got 7 down on their forehead next turn. So, yeah, there we go. Budget build. Playing around Zoro as well. And, yeah, beating. You can beat Sakazuki. I guess the only thing, I played a little too defensive early. And I didn't expect, the Fire Fist that would have been able to come in so clutch. But, yeah, if we would have went down to what, 2, then the Fire Fist would have been crazy clutch there. But I just wanted to play things safe while we could. But yeah, if I did anything different, I guess I would have went down to the 2 there, just to make sure the Fire Fist is like in range for everything, so we can kind of pop all the stuff. But yeah, we'll take that. Obviously, yeah, beating Sakazuki is always great. All right, we got some Yamato action here, and we'll see how this goes. I have Zoro. Our only blocker is Kid, so hopefully we can draw something here. But we'll see how it goes. But I do like having Zoro as the other option if we don't have a blocker. Because being able to, if you are going first, being able to drop Zoro and then attack them twice puts them in a tricky spot, I feel like. So we'll attack them 5 on 5, see what they do. Because then, like, yeah, they could attack just straight up on us. But, alright, we'll attack them again. So what do they got? They got the Fortress build. And so we'll see how this goes. But the reason now is it just puts them in the weird spot. Because, yeah, they could attack us. And if they do, alright, that's fine. So we get 2 2Ks. So we get both of our Kamazos just there. But now it puts me in the spot where I can play Kid and not have to worry about things. So we'll attack them again 5 on 5. Alright, they do that because, yeah, now I can drop Kid for free. Use his ability. Bring in Beppo here. Gives us another 1. And get to attack them. 6 on 5. And we get rid of a 2K in their hand, which is cool. And now if they attack for a bunch, I can sack Kid, and we kind of go from there. But I also have the 2K, so they drop Bonnie. See what they grab. All right, they got their Kid, so that means they can play him next turn. But they only have this. All right, attacking 9. I will do this, and we'll go bang, bang, right there. Get both of those. So now I'm at 6. Where that? Ooh. Okay, one more card in hand. We can cook him. So I'm at 6. They're at 6. Probably drop Ray here. Gives us 2. So see what cards we get. We get Shariah. All right. Well, Shariah is clutch, so we gotta drop Shariah here. But I mean, I guess. Unless I want to wait, because well, I could drop Shariah because they're gonna drop Kid next turn. So I leave him up. Leaves me with the 2. And we're in like that situation where things are like going well, but we'll just tack them a bunch here actually. So they have sugar. Interesting. All right. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that. We'll bring in Shariah. So that gives us 3 left. I have. All right. We'll tack a 6 on 5. Because if they drop Kid, they only can attack for 5. So, and then we'll attack 7 on 5. Get him down to 1. And yeah, I'll keep Fire Fist so I can drop Kid down to 4. And we'll kind of go from there. Obviously, we can protect this. So yeah, I'll just do that. So yeah, we made the read. They're dropping Kid. Summon something. I drop Kid down to 4 with Fire Fist, which is massive. And then whatever little blocker they put out, we can just kind of scoop immediately here on this next turn. So we'll go from there. So they drop a Killer, put it there. All right, that's fine by us. So how do I want to go about this then? Because where that cards are there. Because I'm in this position where it's like a good thing to have here, where I don't need to bring in anyone else. But all right, let's play Fire Fist on to Kid. So their Kid goes down to 4 there. And then how do I want to go about this? I could attack 6 on 4 or something, and then bring in, I guess, yeah, Ray. I could attack with Ray and then bring in Ray, which would kind of be okay. So let's do that. So they get rid of that, which is fine. So I can go 1, 2, 3, grab Ray on top of Ray. So that gives us more cards here. So they're there. I'm at 5. They're at that. So we will attack them 6 and 4. All right. Well, okay. I mean, that's pretty good, I feel like. So let me do a 7 on 5. All right, we got him down to 0 here. Oh man, if I go play that now, that'd be super funny. But all right, we'll attack him again at 6 on 5. All right, they get rid of 2 cards there. I'm gonna attack with Kid here, just because we have Shariah. So I'll attack him 7 on 5. And they don't have anything out of that. So there we go. Bang, bang. Onto Yamato. Budget build. Pretty good. Again, we got Ray into our blockers there. Getting both Kamazos in our first 2 life, it kind of works too. And yeah, we were looking good just because we had, again, we had Yanji we could play. We had Law. We were in a great spot. We were in the spot where you have like, things are too good. And you have like too many options. So yeah, lovely game that was for us. So again, against Yamato, absolutely massive, especially depending on noticing what build. If you notice Fortress, you gotta definitely save your max in your Fire Fist so you can drop Kid down immediately into range, and you can just put them in the absolute blender if you're able to do that. Because also too, the reason I did what I did was just so we could use our ability. But if you want to as well, the move there, just using the ability, getting the blocker out of the way and doing that works too. it wouldn't really. Either way, it didn't really matter. I was just kind of wanting to play around getting rid of all their cards and trying to bait out any kind of counter they had in hand. So, but yeah, doing it. Obviously, if you don't have a full board, it makes it a lot easier just to scoop the blocker and then bring something in. But I just wanted to be let everything have a turn, be nice and spread things around. That's pretty much it. But yeah. Beating up on Yamato. Again, I feel like if you run a lot of blockers, that's the reason why I like Yanji a lot, because I feel like Yamato, especially for newer players and stuff, is super, super popular. And because it is a very easy deck. It's one-dimensional, and it is good. Like, if you don't get the blockers, you're going to lose to Yamato. But it's like, but if you do, it's easy to stop if you have the stuff. Like, if we know how to stop it, you just have to get stuff. Obviously, Shiraya just absolutely shuts it down, and same with the like any kind of blocker. Being able to put out one blocker a turn is massive. Okay, we got some Perona action. We'll see how this goes. We get Zoro, which is cool, and I assume. Well, I'm not a. I guess we'll see what they have if they have a search or something. But we get to drop Ain and the boys next turn, which is pretty cool. We just need some kind of power reduction to ideally like max. I mean, kind of anything. It really, depending on what they got. If they have like Ryuma, that'd be a bit of an issue, just because the only 3K we have is max. So they're attacking 6 on 5. Take that, try to get something. They drop the brand new search. Okay. So let's hope they whiff and trash a bunch of stuff here. But we'll see. They grab X-Drake and then trash a Suru and Baby 5. So that's alright. Okay, we get Fire Fist, so never mind. We're rolling. We're back going here. So we'll attack them 5 on 5. See what they do. And now we're actually kind of okay for the next couple turns, I think. Because with Fire Fist, able to do some stuff. So they block that with the brand new, and then we'll use 3, get rid of that brand new, bring in the boys there, and go for that. So depending on what they do, they can rest one. I guess they have X-Drake, so they could drop him and KO on play one of our characters there. If they do that, it'd be a bit stinky, but I mean, it is what it is. Then I guess I use Sanji to block a. Well, no, I'll go down 1, go down to 2, so we can be. In case we get our other Fire Fist or something later, maybe. I guess they're thonking it over. Alright, so they're resting. Assume they're gonna drop. Alright, so they're attacking me 5 on 5. How do I go about this? I could use. Well, no, I kind of want to keep him for the turn after. So we'll go no, and then yeah, well, we can sack Yanji here. So they're gonna drop the X-Drake, which is fine. So they're KO the boys there. We have Fire Fist to get rid of. Never mind, they're playing Ryuma. Okay. I mean, that works too. So we get rid of him. Ooh, we get Max. Well, how do I want to go about this then? Because I could drop him down, and then Max, and we still like get him out, and then bring in. All right, so let's attack them here. Because if we get a 5 on the board, they'll put them in a little bit of a tough spot. And that way they have to kind of play the board. And I do have Sanji, because they'll be at, what, 7? So they'd attack 4. They could attack 4, 7. Okay, so they block that. Alright. We'll attack him again. 5 on 5. Alright. So get him there. Or do I want to use Fire Fist here Because I could play Zoro, Fire Fist, attack them, and then we save this and this for the next turn. Because if I go down to 3, Beppo would bring me to 4. Then we have 6, so then I could use this. So I might do that, actually. So let's drop that down. That gives me the 4 here. So now I can drop Zoro. And then we'll attack them again. 6 on 5. So they either got to sack a 2K or take another hit. And it just gives us... Because we'll probably lose 2 characters next turn, I'm assuming. So they do that. So we go 1, 2, 3. Bottom deck that. Bring in Beppo. Alright. So we'll see what happens here. They're at 7. So if they drop X Drake, I'm assuming they'll rest this and then KO with X Drake. Then they have 2 to attack one of these 2. Which is okay. Because then we'll be at 6. So then I could drop Zoro. Because we bottom deck their Ryuma. So if they drop the 8 Moria, then we're chilling. But that's pretty much, I'm assuming what they're going to do. So we'll go from there. Unless I want to sack Sanji and Zoro to keep them up. Keep up a character. And then we'll be at 6. I just had go crazy attack. That might be... I don't know if that's too risky though. Because for this they'd have to have some kind of cost reduction. Oh, they're attacking me. Okay, I'm fine with that. We're very fine with that. If they're gonna... So X Drake, they didn't even rest Beppo. So they're keeping Beppo in the game for us. Alright, that's lovely. And we draw any kids, so I don't even need to drop Zoro. I can save Zoro in case they drop something else. So I'm at 6, they're at 7. Need 1. Okay. Let's just attack them 5 on 5. The only thing that a bit stinky here is not having a character to kind of bring in often the Zoro. But I mean, I could bring in Sanji though. We could go a bit crazy with it. Bottom like that. Drop Kid 1, 2, 3 for that. Because where are they gonna be at 8? So it leaves me these 2. You know what? Let's try something. We could go for the game next turn potentially. Because we're here. We use Sanji to go potentially crazy with it. He only gets arrested though, so we'd have to draw something. So we'll attack him again here and see what they do. But I mean, they gave us the opening attacking life and not going for board there. Because now next turn they'll be at 9. Only leaving with the 1. So if they drop Moria, I mean, they don't have a 4 because we bottom decked Ryuma, so they only could go into some blocker stuff. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll make some things work out here as they're thonking it over. If they sell out with cards in hand here to block this attack, that's actually huge. Okay, so we get that. All right. So let's see what they got. If they have Moria, that's kind of the best option, I feel like, because then there's bait out in the trash. They don't really have anything to bring in. Like, they can't cost remove anything. They have to do these 2. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I feel like if they attack, I may sack these to do that because we'll be at 7. Alright, so they dropped the brand new search. Alright, cool. So no 8 cost Moria. I think they're looking for a Borsalino. That's all I could think of. Alright, so they got the Borsalino. They trash a... Okay, they got trash an 8 cost and a Ryuma. Alright, so it's kind of big there. Leaves them with 7. Okay. See what... Well, I mean, I could, if they drop Borsellino, that's 4. That leaves them with 3. So they attack for 8 on one of these. And I can't really do too much about that. If they hit one of these. Unless I go for the game next turn. So 8 on 5. Alright, can't do anything there. It just depends on what we draw here. Okay, we get Otama. I mean, I could get this out. We could go for the game with this, and it would cost me 6. I'd have 2 left. I attack him for 7 and 7 to finish it. 3 cards in hand. Or do we just attack and see? Alright, let me lead with a 5 and we'll see what they do. Because I may not do that. Okay, so they blocked there. Okay, so now I could... Because I kind of want to get rid of everything off the board if I make the Sanji play. So I could drop this down, and then attack with something. So deploy this onto here. Gives me 2, which is fine there. So it gives me 2 here. I'd have 3. So this would be 7. Alright. Well, let me see what they do with this. So we gotta sack this. Because then I won't make the Sanji play. We're just kind of playing a little patient here. Because then I can save Sanji for one more turn. If they sack that. Okay, so they do that. So that puts them at 1 card in hand. So if I drop Otama, scoop this out. They have 2 to attack with. Alright. So if I did that, I'd get 2, I could attack 5. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, scoop that out. Won't bring anything in. 2 on Sanji, and then we'll attack them 5 on 5. Okay, so they take that there. How do I go for this? Because if I attack them, it gets them down to 1, or they draw. This card would have to be like something crazy to bail them out. It would have to be another one of these. Yeah, we'll call it good there. Just in case they drop the Moria 8 and bring in. Okay, yeah, figured they had it. So I'll assume they're bringing in Ryuma to KO this. But the good news is we can block out with anything here. Alright. So dropping Ryuma. Okay, well they messed that up with all that. So KOing that, and then even if they attack 7, I can block here with the kid, and then we just go for the game next turn. So we'll see how it goes. 7 on 5, do that and that. Alrighty. So we'll see what we draw. We draw Beppo here. How do I go about this then? So I use the 3. Well, I could use 3, just scoop out that, and then we attack them. Well, it'd be better if I drop Beppo, I feel like. Because where I'm at 7, they're at 10, so they give me 1. This gives me 1 back anyways. That'd be at 4. Because if I did that, well, then I get 1 back here. But I can't use Sanji for the rest of Dawn, is the problem. So this is at 6. And so I'll just have to do a 7 there. Would hit. We do another 7. Alright. Just, out of respect of them messing this up. So that gives us the 4. Alright, so that gives me, we can use all 7s here. And we'll do that. So 7 on 5. which they have to take. So basically, we're just hoping. I mean, we should be okay, I think. Alright, so they take the hit there. I'll do another 7 on 5. See what happens. Okay, so they blocked that. So then, yeah, we got them. I just do this. 6 on 5, they take that. And then with Sanji, we get that. And then since Sanji is now at 7, attack them 7 on 5. And there's nothing they can do there. So, yeah, GG's on that. That was cool. That was a fun one. Bringing it around town. Kind of, ending it with making a Sanji play. That's a bit interesting. Like, I haven't done that against Perona. But, I mean, it works out for setting up the end game. Another little avenue of things. So, yeah, I don't know. Playing around there. So, yeah, there is our budget build, which, I feel like pretty good. I feel like Perona, though, is definitely the budget version of your hardest matchup, just because their key cards being with, like, X-Drake and Ryuma. I guess X-Drake you can KO, so never mind. It's not as big of a deal because they can't bring X-Drake back off in the Moria. They only can bring Ryuma back. So with that, having like him being at the 6K just makes it tough because you don't want to KO him because his on play and on KO effect is KOing a 4 cost or less. So in this matchup, I guess you just have to be a little bit more dependent on like a Fire Fist, and hopefully you draw max. But you can still make the combos though. It's not as efficient, but with this Zoro, you get to drop him, give the 2K, and then if you have Otama, you can still make it work for the 6. I feel like with this budget build, you definitely want to pay attention to your down and try to keep it around 6, just because of with this Zoro and needing his ability in certain things is pretty big. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty pleased with how this is playing so far. I kind of like the Zoro, especially against the Moria matchup. I feel like the Zoro, if you're going first, can be pretty big, just because you can drop him on your turn. And in Moria, Absalom, Perona are both 5K, so this guy just puts them in range right there. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, we'll see. I guess I'll keep tweaking things, but yeah, I wanted to put out some kind of budget build because I know, I don't know, this is my favorite deck. I have so much fun with it, and it does suck that so many cards are just paywalled, and I really hope in the future we get some reprints of some of our key cards. But yeah, if you are looking to get into RP Law, put something little together, because once the EBO 1 drops in, I don't know, a little over a month, I think it's I'm not sure if it's beginning or May or end of May, but once we get that, you get Kid and Killer in here, you get Bond Clay, definitely make things a lot easier to not have to be reliant on some of these like crazy expensive cards, and you can make a lot more builds work, especially like if you wanted to go rush, whatever. But yeah, if you're looking to try out like Law and get used to like the leader ability and stuff, if it's something you want to transition into later, wanted to put something out. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.